Well, now that we've set the table and given you an overview of where we're going to go throughout this tutorial, let's go ahead and light this candle, and we'll do that by opening up Word 2007. I'll do this using the Start menu in Windows Vista. I'm using Windows Vista throughout this tutorial, though it doesn't really matter whether you're using XP or Vista. Office 2007, including Word 2007, will work fine on either platform. So I'll go ahead and launch this by again clicking on the Start menu icon here that's been created. You can have a desktop shortcut, of course, and you can have any number of shortcuts that are on the Quick Access toolbar. You can use the XP Start menu. Lots of different ways to launch. Also, if it's not maximized, I'm going to be dealing with a maximize window again most of the time throughout the tutorial. And one of the shortcuts that, if you didn't know about it, you know about it now. You can double click on the program title bar here. So give it a double click. That's a quick way to maximize. Of course, you can use the maximize and restore down button as well. But again, most of the time you're going to be looking at something like this. And here it is. Here is the Word 2007 window, and it certainly is a departure from what you're used to looking at if you're dealing with or you have dealt with Office 2003 or XP or 2000. For example, where's the File menu and Edit menu and Tools and Actions and Help and so on? Well, they're gone. They've been replaced by this thing at the top that I'm clicking around right now, and that is called the ribbon. And the ribbon has a collection, as you just seen, of several tabs, and several tabs will add themselves automatically as you're dealing with different elements within the Word document that you're building. But this ribbon is the significant overhaul in the user interface, and the ribbon replaces all of the menus. The ribbon replaces all of the dialog boxes under those menus. Now there's still dialog boxes that you can pull up. For example, in the font grouping here, you can still pull up a font dialog box that looks like that. But for the most part, all of those commands that you spent time memorizing, and if you've used Word in the past, you've memorized a lot of commands, a lot of click steps. If you want to change the font, you go Format, Font, open up a dialog box, change something, make it do its thing, and then make that dialog box go away. There you go. So you're 5-6 click steps away from making the change. With the ribbon, all of those commands now are brought right in front of your face. So if you want to deal with a piece of text and make a change to it, and we'll see this later on, but if you want to make a change to it, you can make a change to it with a lot fewer click steps. And again, you'll see exactly what that is in future modules. So this is the ribbon. The ribbon consists of different tabs. The tabs then in turn have what I call groupings or galleries. So this is the text gallery or the text grouping. This is the styles and the styles gallery that you can pull down to change, to apply several formatting changes at one time in your document. And again, this is the radical overhaul. You will not like the ribbon probably for about the first 20 minutes. Once you start to use the ribbon, however, once you're probably out of this first introductory chapter, you're going to love the ribbon, and you're going to probably wonder why they haven't changed to this much earlier. So again, stay tuned for what the ribbon can do. But just want to point out the elements of the window here. Above the ribbon is what's called the Quick Access toolbar. And the Quick Access toolbar is a home for lots of commonly used commands like saving things, undoing, redoing, creating a new document, and things like that. You can customize what's on it, and we'll customize this later on as well. But just click on the drop-down button here, and you can see that I can add other elements or other commands to that Quick Access toolbar. The only menu you will see in the interface here is the menu that can be gotten to right here from the Office button. And when I click on the Office button, it of course gives me this. And this allows me to open some recently used documents, and we'll see how to customize this later on. And then it gives me some commands: new, open, save, save as, print, prepare, send, publish, and close. And then we'll also deal with Word options throughout the course of this tutorial frequently. So that's, again, the only time you really see a menu of sorts when you're dealing with the Word 2007 interface. This is the big change. Now, one thing I get asked a lot is, how do you get rid of the ribbon? How do you switch back to menus? Well, the answer to that is use Office 2003 if you really love using menus. But as I said, I think you'll really love using the ribbon after using it for about 15 or 20 minutes. The only thing that you can do really to the ribbon is that you can minimize it. And what I mean by that is that you don't have to have it taking up all that desktop real estate. Again, on most computers this isn't a problem because you've got much higher screen resolutions than I'm working with. But if you want to minimize this thing, you can just give it a double click on whatever the active tab is. So if I double click that, it won't go until I make it the active tab, then to give it a double click, and now you minimize the ribbon that way. There's also a shortcut for this as well, a keyboard shortcut, and that is Control and F1. So Control F1 also does the same toggling behavior with the ribbon. The other parts of the window I think are pretty self-explanatory. I don't think are going to present that much of a challenge. You have a slide bar over here that lets you zoom in and out, scroll bars that are going to be pretty much old hat, ways that you can quickly toggle the views, and then some other parts of the status bar, which we will deal with later on. But for now, I just want to get you comfortable with the ribbon, introduce you to this new interface, and tell you what it's for, and then of course we'll be using it to manipulate the contents of our Word files throughout the rest of this tutorial.